The weather we have seen in Michigan and the Midwest as a whole over the last week has been cold, brutally cold in fact. Where I live in West Michigan, in a one-week period, we've had roughly 2 feet of snow in some places and temperatures in the high teens if we're lucky. These ice-cold temperatures have prompted news articles to be written about how unreliable electric vehicles are in cold weather. There have been images of frustrated electric vehicle owners in Chicago crammed into charging stations, unable to get their car running. One particular Detroit news column entitled, "Electric School Buses Already Hit the Brakes," detailed the flaws of big government centralized planners pushing electric school buses in our public schools. It displayed how this overzealous electrification is being pushed no matter the cost to taxpayers and no matter what problems they have with reliability. This column highlights problems in Ann Arbor public schools and what they've had with issues with onboarding for electric school buses. The first issue is cost. Electric school buses cost roughly 3 to 5 times more than a regular bus, depending on the size. Many electric school buses going into operation are subsidized by government programs, and it may initially not cost the school districts themselves more to get one, but it certainly costs more to taxpayers overall. And it certainly costs schools more to operate electric school buses. Many are discovering the costs far exceed what they had expected. There are also issues with downtime and performance. This legislature approved $125 million to school districts to buy electric school buses in this current budget. And recently, the Biden administration has announced another round of funding that will direct about $18 million in grants in Michigan for alternative school buses. That money would be better spent elsewhere in the school system, helping kids improve their academic performance, or it could have not been spent at all and let the taxpayers keep their money. Sadly, school buses are just one example of how big government planners, including Democrats in Michigan, are trying to force the automotive market toward electric vehicles. I'm not against electric vehicles in and of themselves. If someone can buy an electric vehicle and make it work, all the power to them. But I am against the government helping build and buy electric vehicles with taxpayer money, especially when there's clear signs when this product is not ready for the mass market. On top of all of this, the state has begun plans to transition its own fleet to zero-emission vehicles, even though the cost to taxpayers is far more than gas-powered alternatives. I, for one, would have been very interested to see how effective an electric-powered snowplow would have performed this past week. I would bet we'd still, in West Michigan, have over a foot of snow still on the roads. With all of this in mind, it would certainly be unwise to pursue this nonsense with an electric vehicle tax rebate. The most recent proposal from the governor would offer a rebate only to new vehicle purchases, heavily weighted to those in favor of electric vehicles. There are a lot of problems with this elitist proposal, not the least of which is that it does nothing to help Michiganders who are the most in need of help. Those who rely on used vehicles can't afford new vehicles of any kind. The evidence is clear. It's time to stop this elitist, big government, centralized planning approach and let people decide for themselves where the vehicle market should go. Thank you, Mr. President.